Well, let's certainly begin with an old controversy we really thought was over. That's the financial resources mortgage scandal. I refer, of course, to the Lakes Region Ponzi scheme that swindled as much as $30 million out of 300 investors. For some time, state agencies had been investigating what really went wrong, what balls were dropped. A number of reports were filed, most of which really concluded that the relevant agencies that were supposed to regulate this company, Banking Department, the Attorney General's Office, the Office of Securities and Regulations, really failed to communicate with one another and properly coordinate complaints that had come in about their activities. Attempts have been made in the legislature to try and not only force more cooperation between the agencies, but also give state prosecutors the lead role in handling these complaints, rather than having to just pass them over to state regulators. Attempts to do that have failed. Well, now we have a new proposal. Senate President Peter Bragdon told the National Telegraph last week that he intends to file legislation that would provide some level of restitution for the victim investors of FRM. Really interesting to see both how much restitution we're looking at here, how it will be paid for. Will this be an assessment against the banks and other financial service companies? Because it presumes that Senate President Peter Bragdon and Manchester Democratic Senator Lou D'Alessandro, who's also a co-sponsor on this proposal, it's still not public yet, would seek to provide some way to pay for this form of restitution, because there aren't $5 or $10 million just lying around in this very tight budget. So, and the other major question is, what kind of legal precedent would it set for the state to essentially acknowledge that it fell down on the job and that its lack of accountability makes it liable for providing damages to victims? Those are all fascinating questions that will be taken up when this legislation comes up in the coming weeks.